really have a hard time understanding people who, when a relationship ends, that they have the attitude of, well, if I can't have them, nobody can.
It's a weird place to be. I know when I was in high school, there was a guy, his name was Darren, and he was interested in me, and I was not interested in him. And he was fucking relentless. He actually, like at 6 a.m, would come and block our driveway.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like my mom would have to call the police to get him removed so she could leave for work. I mean,
and what do they do with him? Just like, oh, that's Darren. Let's just let's usher him off the property. Nothing more to see here.
They'd have a chat with him that,
like that works with a psychopath.
Exactly. And as I'm walking through the halls of my high school, I'd look around a corner and there he is. It's like, good God. I was so glad when he graduated. He was like 2 years ahead of me and he was just gone. And
you ever look him up later? Like, see like what prison he ended up in or who he ended up killing?
I did a couple years ago, just out of curiosity. I think he lives, I want to say, in northern Minnesota, which is pretty far from where I am right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that.
That's an interesting, and it's kind of a scary thing to do too, because I fully believe that if you like look someone up on Facebook, and I can't prove this, but you just kind of know it's true. Like the suggested friends and that sort of stuff. I think that has a big influence on that. I think if you start looking up somebody that it can trace that there's some sort of connection to you because you have mutual friends, it will start suggesting you to them because, and it'll seem kind of random, but it's not. It's because it saw the algorithm that you looked them up. And so I think it's not necessarily something you can also do in secrecy. I mean, you can't go back and like totally prove it, but you may sometimes you got to think about that. If you're just morbidly curious about somebody that you don't want to know about, you may want to create like a fake account or something if you want to do that research and not have suddenly you pop up to them of like, hey, here's the person you should be friends with. Oh, the one you were stalking back in your teen years. That
exactly.
Yeah.
I've known people that have we've talked about a mutual acquaintance, like, oh my God, I saw that you're friends with so and so, and then all of a sudden they're getting like recommendations just based on what you just talked about. So the algorithm is a really creepy thing. It's almost like it stalks you.
Yeah, the algorithm's like a stalker on its own. I want like a restraining order from the algorithm itself.
Right.
It's like
exactly.
That's the best stalker in the world is Facebook's algorithms, and it's creepy 100%. As shit. This is a story of just that, of someone who just couldn't accept that something was over and, well, had to ruin everyone's lives and destroy them and kill them. A Florida teacher, Jamie Felix, met her untimely demise when her estranged husband, Ray Felix, carried out a horrifying act of violence before taking his own life in front of their children. The devastating incident unfolded when Ray, who's 60, approached Jamie and their 2 kids at a local business, donned in a disguise, and forcibly ushered them into a rental car.
So let's terrorize the kids before we absolutely traumatize them.
They don't care about the kids. They care about themselves. And that's the scary part with folks like this. Port St. Lucie police revealed that inside the vehicle, Ray confronted Jamie, who's 45, regarding their impending divorce, subjecting her to immense fear and coercion. As the distressing situation escalated, Jamie was compelled to send a suspicious email to her coworkers at Matinee K-8 School, triggering Manatee K-8 School.
Like the big fat creature,
Oh, yeah, like the sea creature. It's Florida. Yes. It makes more sense. Triggering immediate concern among her colleagues, the swift response from Janice's coworkers prompted them to alert law enforcement authorities, setting off a series of events that would end in tragedy. Port St. Lucie police swiftly tracked Jamie Felix's car to West Palm Beach, only to receive a harrowing update from local authorities indicating that the couple had succumbed to apparent murder-suicide. The heart-wrenching turn of events left the community reeling in shock. Port St. Lucie Police Chief Richard Del Toro conveyed the collective grief felt by the community, emphasizing the profound impact of the inexplicable tragedy on Jamie's family, friends, colleagues, and students. How about those fucking kids in the car?
Yeah, thank you.
They're both dead. The parents are dead, and the kids are like just sitting in the back seat. Like, what do we do now?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't say how old the kids were, but old enough to be aware of what's going on, I'm guessing, because mom was 45, dad was 60. They're probably not 2 and 3-year-olds.
Yeah. He issued a poignant reminder of the grave perils posed by domestic violence, urging anyone experiencing such circumstances to seek immediate assistance from law enforcement. I mean, unless she's going to have a cop escorting her everywhere she goes, she didn't really have a lot of chance in this. I guess the only thing she could have done was just not get in the car. That would be the thing not to do. If you're ever trying to be coerced by somebody to do that, your chances of death skyrocket if you get in the vehicle with them, even if they say, just do this and you'll be fine. No, you probably won't. You'll probably end up dead.
That is one of the things, love or hate Oprah, I will never forget watching. She did a show on how to survive, basically. Mm-hmm. And I will never forget, one of the things she said was you never go to a second location if you are like accosted. If somebody is about to attack you, but they want to take you somewhere else, that somewhere else is where you're going to die. So you fight to the death where you are. Especially
she's in a public location. I'm not trying to victim shame here, but I'm more so speaking about if someone's hearing this and they're ever in that situation, remember this. Because she just probably didn't know. She probably thought, well, we'll figure this out. Didn't expect him to go that far.
Or they may hurt the kids. And by the way, I found out they're 17 and 10.
God.
Yeah.
So you never do that. You throw a fit, you scream, you yell, and chances are in a lot of cases, that person's probably not going to shoot you right there. Or if they attempted to, there'd be a lot more chance of that not working out. If you're in a public place and have your own free will to move around versus getting in the vehicle with them where they can just point it right at you and you're gone.
And chances are something bad is going to happen if somebody is doing this to you.
Somebody's trying to coerce you to get in a vehicle. Yeah, it's never it's never a great idea. It's never a good thing if that's happening.
No, it's not a good thing. So do what you have to do to make sure that you're not transported somewhere, because you're not going to make it out alive, chances are.
Yeah.
So just fight like a rabid honey badger at this point.
Rabid honey badger. There's like what, about 30% of our audience remembers that?
Okay, if you don't know what a honey badger is, I need you to go look it up, because it is look up the Randall honey badger. Randall is the narrator. It is the funnest video. You'll watch it at least 2 to 3 times. The funniest video. And there's some swearing. I think he drops the F-bomb several times, so it's not safe for work. But the honey badger video changed my life. It really did. When I was in roller derby, that was my name, Little Honey Badger. Tony's like, I didn't know this about you.
I knew you did roller derby. I didn't know the honey badger part, but the honey badger video is probably one of the earliest viral videos that was out there. And it was like, what is a viral video? The honey badger video. And it was at the very end. God, how old is that video? Like 20 years?
I don't think it's that long, because I was in roller derby 12 years ago.
Okay. So it was near the beginning of YouTube. So that's probably like 15-ish years ago.
Let me see how old it was. So it's got 103 million views.
That's it? By this time, I would think they'd have a little bit more than that.
It says 13 years ago.
Okay.
The crazy, nasty ass honey badger, original narration by Randall.
There you go. It's worth watching.
Yeah.
According to reports cited by WPBF, Ray Felix fatally shot Jamie at a motel parking lot in West Palm Beach in front of their children before proceeding to a rental car facility. Confronted by officers, Ray chose to end his own life, leaving behind a trail of devastation and despair. My God. Yeah. But he wanted to go
planned out.
He wanted to go turn the car in, though, before. Got to get that back.
Yeah, but he didn't go fill it up. You're supposed to fill it up before you return it.
They didn't say if he did or not. I wonder if did he have the plan of like, we'll fill it up for you and pay the money up front just in case.
Yeah.
The details.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advance access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.